what my analysts do is they basically take a look at players like this. It might be I don't know he hasn't had many tests, so we need about three to really know. But we try
Right.
to identify players that have things that need to be fixed.
Yeah.
And so that's just one piece is looking at the strength, the shoulder balance piece. And then when they add velocity in there, when they put their velocity in there, we're able to see their SVR. Like these are
Yep.
really high. This is their pounds per miles per hour. So basically, it's this total strength divided by this for their arm, and we want
Right.
that, right? So these are
Okay.
these are kids that there's more adjustability with. You might want to put them in some kind of weighted ball training. Like these guys are all good. They don't throw hard enough, but you have to look and see, do they have dots, meaning that their arms aren't really strong, or if they're unbalanced. You don't want to put those guys in a velo program. We wait
Yep.
till they're about 17, but we look at how they fatigue too. We're examining these things. But what we do from there, when we have the technology infrastructure and everything in place for the team, is that we go into programming. And there's so many different types of programs that we create across all levels. I have guys that, they need something that's custom if they have injuries where we don't want to really mess around and we want to know how they're responding. But a lot of the team plans are good, like Lycoming. They have a strength coach and he wanted stuff that they could do on the field outside of it. So, there's like a catcher's plan I'm pulling up, but they have something going on to do each day, that has a focus. There's a
Right.
recovery
Okay.
day. We build habits in these plans for them. I talk about them in an opening team meeting. There's bat activation, and it's all video integrated, for them. So it makes it easy for the coaches too. So if I want, I mean, I could just look at a bat flow exercise. Um, Bat flow. There's so many things. Like I don't know. I'm just gonna give an exercise. They're in there to give different preparation for the hitters. I got a lot of guys with slap tears from hitting their career enders, but I
Yeah.
in terms of if you get a problem there, it affects your swing. It's really hard to come back from. So I know just like getting certain instances of programming, set speed development. There's so much that we have on speed development. I'm just putting in tall kneeling, but it might be something that's like a for an outfielder or an infielder. People that gotta go back on balls. Like I'm working on all sorts of different things that way for the
Yeah.
player. There's traditional training. I try to do some of it, but I don't like sticking to it. Like if it's like a dumbbell bench press, right? Like these are things, they're very standard, but they're not as well I think sport
They're not
specific.
addressed. Yeah,
They're
they're
not
not addressed.
yeah,
They're not
they're
addressed properly, right?
right. And a lot of our players are very weak when they're weak in their shoulder column and their chest when they're standing. So, I do a lot of what I call triangle training. You have lots of this stuff available to the kids where I am focused on their body posture and positioning. This is someone who might have a higher triangle, or am I low triangle? No, I'm a high triangle. So
Right.
now taking something that's a tricep extension that is mostly a pressing action, but you can see a couple things. Okay, this is why I like the way we do things and why I think it's superior to other programs. One, it's safe for their bodies, so there's not a lot of spinal loading,
Yep.
but working their core all the way around. And when that weight's outstretched, we're getting co-activation on front and back.
Yeah.
And this allows the player to have better spinal stability when they go to release or they go to make contact. But you can see too, a lot of our exercises are in split stance, and we happen to create a lot more what is posterior force. So the ground reaction force is actually pushing back on us because we're pushing forward and
Right.
building strength with having open sides. There could be something that's like this, or we have more complex stuff for guys as they develop. You might have some kids that you come to me like, hey man, like this guy's a baseball only dude. He's got pretty decent weight room experience. He's got a really strong arm, and I might have like certain barbell based
Mindset.
programming, where making it
Yeah.
make more challenging.
Right.
There's 1,500 exercises, and we can find something for all of these guys, to lock them in. And the nice thing is that they can go in there, for players, like if this is Ryan Croton, me, I'm just giving an example. Oh, I have a calendar here. Should have. No matching calendar. Huh? Let's see. Croton. I saw it. Okay. So they can go in, and there's certain exercises we have layered that, they go in and they can make edits to. So for example, if I'm really weak in external rotation, that might be increased to 3 sets. And if I'm unbalanced, I might look at something that's more internal rotation
Okay.
and I'd be adjusting those for players, to keep them healthy. And the beautiful thing in the loop is that we keep going back, and we
Right.
keep testing.